Or over here on Fulton, they call it on the Y. I'm going to use a Y for Yahweh today. How about that part? I'm stuck behind a gate. And on the other side of the gate is a beautiful little young lady, which I'm going to call her a child of God. Because God don't see you as a mature adult. He sees us as children. Once you become an adult, you get past the milk. And then you start eating on the meat. So that's why I called you a child. Because yes, in spirit we are. Let me come around there, y'all. So y'all can see what sometimes we got to get around is a barrier in life to get next to people like this. What is your name?
Melissa.
Miss Melissa.
Yes, sir.
She's so cute, so little. Melissa, you said you wanted to speak to me in my limo. Shoot. Okay. Just trying to think of the lighting. Can we do
this?
Ain't nobody gonna touch it.
Bring my backpack in.
Yeah, definitely that. But before you go in, because I don't know how bright it'll be right away, quick over here by the light. Because people fail to understand my people out here. Because they know it's nasty, disgusting, and everywhere else. But give them a hard story that you had. Just something brief, something that just like devastated you by being out here.
Losing my daughter.
Losing her daughter's why she was out here. So go into it.
Well, I actually did have a place. I was with my ex of 16 years. And I got up to use the restroom one morning. And I was sitting on the toilet and I was like doubled over in pain. And I was rushed to the hospital. Come to find out, I'm 2 months pregnant with my daughter. She was a tube pregnancy. So they had to take the tube and my daughter. And
Amen.
this is back in June 1st of 2014.
So note, everything that happens in life, like I just
Happens
told
for a reason.
happens for a reason. And it's the beginning of a test. What's the first letters in the word testimony? Test. So you can't have a testimony if you ain't started or passed the test. That teardrop shows that you passing it. It's just, you got to work from that area in the reverse. From the F to the D to the C to the B to the A. You're at the B because you're blessed. So we just got to understand that we got to get tired of the devil's mess. He can't kill us. Only God can.
Right.
So God allowed her to come and he allowed her to leave. Here's a song for her. What's her name?
Pebbles and Marie.
You know this song. How do I say goodbye to my baby, Lord? Lord, those good times that made us laugh, Lord, they outweigh these bad. Lord, I know we get to see tomorrow. Lord, I hope it worth all the way. 'Cause it's so hard to say goodbye to my baby. But she's not gone because he left her spirit with you.
Yes, sir.
And that's something you gonna grow from. At this day and this time, this second, God's planting that seed within you. You're watering it with your teardrops right now.
The little girl lets me know she's around me every day.
Exactly. I have only one friend that I had in my life, and he's around me more than my dead mama. So we get this blessing from God. So it's never a loss, it's always a gain.
Absolutely.
Being out in these streets homeless, Like when she pulled up, I was like, oh, she living good. She got a couple of reclining chairs and things, and little trash can up there. She shows you keeping it neat and out there. This young lady is a step to the future.
Trying to be.
She's going to be a vice president for Homeless for Heaven to show the world what she's capable of doing. Because
a lot more than what I'm doing now.
But we work. I'm going to give them the math like I gave you. $10 this young lady can make along with another 99,999 of them, meaning 100,000 people. At $10 each every day, they make $1 million. And it's wasted. That's 365 million every year, y'all. And it's wasted. That's 730 million in 2 years, y'all. And it's gone. That's 1.4 billion in 3 years. And it's gone. So when we come to this area in life, we got to realize the blessing that we can pull together to do.
Absolutely.
Now, knowing that you lost your daughter, knowing that you're out here in these streets, what could you tell somebody that can make them comforted about being out here?
Never give up. It may be hard right now, but don't give up on your hopes and dreams.
Amen. Do you want to present a dream? A hope?
Getting through life and being up there.
And how do you aim to do that?
By working hard and doing his work.
Thank you. Put him first.
Hey!
He said in there, work or you don't eat.
Correct.
So knowing we got to put him first, he doesn't care what we do. That's a good-natured part of doing.
Just do it.
So Homeless for Heaven is a start at the bottom to helping people that needs help. Like my friend right there. Because we're all out here for a reason. We all go through something in life.
Absolutely.
And being in that area, we got to really accept, no matter what it is. So loving others as we love ourselves is the second command. That means I'm not going to slap you. I'm not going to steal from you and take your things that belong to you.
Hello, sir.
And it's a form of life to where we're supposed to come and love one another and be friends. Because it's friends before enemy. Nobody needs to be a frenemy, if that makes sense.
Sir, may I get my lighter so I can light his cigarette, please?
Yes, as long as he takes off with that cigarette and don't smoke it around me because he know I don't like it. I don't have it on me. Let her light your cigarette.
You need a lighter? I have one for you. Look.
I have one for you.
I just got kicked.
I'm interrupt her good, and I'm going to kick him again.
He kicks people. He's a mean fucker. I was gonna. He kicks dicks.
Hey, now.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. You're on TV. Come on. Yeah, I know. You're on live. And you got a light in your hand already? Thank you. So once again, leave me alone, Aaron. He's drunk, y'all. He's drunk, y'all. Leave me alone right now, please.
Oh.
Please leave me alone right now. I'm on TV. I'm doing an interview. He's got other conditions other than just his
I
alcoholism.
can tell. But that's okay, because now I don't judge nobody.
Exactly. I just make sure that I push the devil away that starts. Because if you don't, you'll make something flare up and flame up.
Yep.
So let me take this to an area I know he ain't gonna come. Let's get inside the Momo. Wait by the back door, I'll unlock it for you. That's totally safe, like I said. As you will know about me, as I told her earlier, that Rev loves to play, joke, and laugh, and ha, ha, ha. But if you come around being stupid, I will kick you in your butt. Because God wanted me to do it. He know I'm not going to beat you up or anything like that. But this is where I stand with life. Because there's nothing in the equation of life that would ever bring you to a misunderstanding about God and what we got to do. So I know deep within my heart that the area that God is providing me to do is all about him, not about me. So this young lady that is before me is going to show the world God's blessings, his grace, mercy, and favor. And he's going to use her in a mighty way because that's what he told me. Everybody gets a chance in life. And what is your chance? What are you actually about? Who do you care about? Who do you love? Lock that door for me, because if you open that door, I'm going to scream at him sideways.
That one's locked already?
No, that's fine. Hi there, Christopher Flex. Felix, I can't pronounce what that is. What is that?
That says limousina.
What's that? Do you know?
Something to do with the limo.
Ha, limousine. See, it's funny. That is how you say limousine. I have a story for that.
Limocina.
Well, it was a gentleman that he was a border brother from Mexico. He hit my second limo and knocked into the neighbor's yard. I had it 2 weeks, no name, no insurance. And as I came out the house, I asked him to stop. I like, hey, you hit my limousine. He said, no English. I like, come on, man, you hit my limousine. Didn't know English. So that's basically how you say it, regardless. He knew what I was saying.
Yeah.
Limicho. Thank you for that. But I'm here to interview my friend. Once again, tell him your name.
Melissa.
Melissa. Now you don't have to tell the last name. I'll never give my name at all. But this Miss Melissa right here is one of my new Homeless for Heaven vice presidents. To explain what the position is, it starts with serving God. While you're out and about and you ask somebody for whatever it is.
May I?
What charge?
Yes, please.
What is it?
See? If you have a spare.
I have to get up front to get the cord. I don't have the cord back here. Just give me a minute.
I can wait.
Just give me a minute.
I got 2%.
So this young lady right here going through the test, trial, and tribulation in life, she doesn't understand perspective. And many don't. I didn't know I had to go get locked up in order to become who I am. But once I came out, I wasn't ready. So on the Spirit of God, when we're ready for things, we just got to be ready. So as you said, you're ready to serve God. How would you start serving God?
Well, actually by going to church.
Nope.
That I'm comfortable with.
Nope. So you saying church, if you need it right now, is open right now?
No, sir.
Exactly. So who's the church?
Currently you.
Yeah, you're a temple. So if you keep letting your temple fall, then you won't be strong. Building the foundation is where you have to be, to be a strong church of your own. Because God didn't design it just like with the walk of Jesus. He didn't go to church. He went and taught it a little bit in the church, but he brought the church to the people in the streets because that's where it's needed. He said the harvest is plenty and the laborers are few. And if to think about it simply, if you own a farm and you're the only worker there and you got 50 acres and you planted all this stuff, now you by yourself got to go pull it up,
right?
Package it up, sell it. By yourself, you'll never be able to do it. And it's the same with us being out here wild and going out and everything, doing everything as a full-on nasty harvest. Somebody got to go out there and pick the positive fruits in order for them to grow to be better fruits and so on and so on.
Right.
So loving God first can only do that. And if we don't love God first, he'll know where we're working with the devil. Churches work with the devil more than people think. Because you go on a phone charge, do you have an app on there with the Bible in it?
Not yet.
That's all you would ever need. That's all you would ever need.
Well, first I have to start with a SIM card tray and service.
Well, no, that's like y'all got hotspots or whatever y'all do.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So, like I said, I've been living out here. I know what you can do. And
it's just a matter of getting up and doing the work to do it.
Yeah, but it's building a personal relationship. You had a boyfriend, husband, but then you had a child. You had your relationship, whether good or bad. You don't want guys to be a bad relationship. You want to be the best you can, and that takes promoting him more than the fact you lost your daughter. Promote him first, then say, I lost my daughter.
Right.
Saying that God allowed me to have this beautiful child, and God let her leave me. But if God needs me to have another one,
it's physically impossible. I don't have the internals to do so anymore.
If he wanted you to, you'd be one of the miracle children. Never. That's where the faith comes. Never underestimate. He could just he did it to the Virgin Mary.
Fair enough.
See? So be that miracle mother if need be. Other than that, go adopt a child.
Plan to.
Amen.
When I'm ready to.
Amen. God's going to make that happen. Ain't when you're ready. It's when he's ready. Once again, he's seen you since birth. He know when you fell off. He knows you had to go through this relationship. He didn't cry once, though. He just seen you and knew that you were stronger than that. Like, what's wrong with you? Wake up, stop it. All that crying for. Shut up, girl. You don't need to be crying. See, he won't hit you like a physical daddy. He'll hit you in the spirit. Because I know you had the time when like, oh, okay. Whenever you stopped, he was saying that's enough. But you let the devil jump back into it. Really, he always does. He always like to pick and poke on people.
Yep. And that's when I ended up being on drugs.
Yeah, but you said that crystal meth helps you.
It does.
So we can't deny the thought of what God allows to happen.
True.
Could be, like I said, my people lived on crack. That crack had to save the black community.
Right.
So if it's victims that they were, but then some of them became success stories. A lot of these preachers in the church right now is ex-crackheads. I knew one particular, 2 or 3 or 4, 5, 7 of them. Really. My limo got shot aimed at a crackhead in the process, and he was a pastor.
Imagine that.
Yeah, he was out to walk out there screaming in the middle of the night. Probably couldn't get no crack, but he was drunk though that night for sure. Probably couldn't get the prostitute to come over that night either. For real. It's no joke. I don't play. So a thug walking by with a gun, he's screaming, just start shooting at him, pop, 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 hit my brand new limo. I just bought that a couple months prior. But I told you, right across the street, one got knocked to the neighbor's yard. It was on Del Paso and El Camino area, right over there.
Man.
That was the Devil's Pit. I didn't know that when I moved over there.
I knew that area. I was just over there a few days ago. Yeah,
but back in the 70s, 80s, and up in there, it was boo. Oh, and that spirit was over there.
Oh, I believe it.
And it didn't like me. For 1 year, 1 day, I stayed there, and the devil got me kicked out by an owner with the last name Sutka. In Russian, that means bitch. It threw me. I was laughing all the way through. Once I found out later, I'm like, wait a minute, I had a landlord by that last name. No wonder he tried to treat me like one. But we get to go through these tests. I had to go through that. See, if I'm not violent.
Right.
So the border brother, I could have beat him up. All the crackhead and everything, they jacked all the crystal meth. They grabbed his pipe. They grabbed his beer and stole his cell phone. I could have had them bury him. God said, laugh it off. I did. Only had that one 2 weeks. Didn't even get to drive around the corner. Went to Las Vegas, came back the day before it was hitting. That was a stress test of my history. Taking a little rich kid. They love to do drugs and alcohol. Mama giving him $500 allowance every day. Every day?
Damn.
And giving him rides in the limo. I had to tell the mama off too. My spirit built up. She was calling her little friends losers. She said it at once. Yeah. I like, look, lady, you the loser. She's like, why would you say that, Rev? Like, because you giving your child this money and everybody I've been helping him pick up, been 15, 16, 17 years old. He's getting on drugs. He's 20. For one, that makes him the loser. And you providing for it. And blah, 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 blah. Well, Rev, you shouldn't call me a loser. No, I'm not going to just call you a loser. You and your mama's a loser because she probably put that silver, platinum, gold spoon in your mouth. So what? You was perfect. Ooh, you helped destroy your child. Now that child today. After me putting him through what I call Rev's boot camp. Because he went through living with his friend. They ripped him off a laptop and iPads. Woo. And the last one wanted to get him for $800, which she paid to give him his cell phone back.
Never did get it back.
No, he did. I think it was a plot so he can get that fast $800 because the next day at midnight he'd have his money. 11:59, 59 seconds. The first time I heard it, I was like, "Who was you just yelling at? My mom?" I mean, it started like this. Wake up! They'd already answered the phone. Where's my fucking money? I'm like, and like, who was you talking to? That was my fucking mom. You talk to your mom like that to get some money? Where's she at? I need to be her friend. But no, it was a test.
Right.
I did it for the money, but then at the end, I had to do it out of love. I let it move in my apartment I had. I turned my mind into Rev's boot camp. No cell phone, no credit card, no laptop, no computer. Barbie, you ain't sending him a dime. You're going to pay my little $600 rent. I was making about $5,000 a month off her. And I gave it up because I had to keep control of this boy. I had to show him that you ain't in control of nothing. Nothing.
Yourself.
Yeah. And not even that. He didn't know how to control himself. If you can't control yourself, then you're gonna get the worst end of the stick.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So it's getting to that area in life to where you ain't at the worst end of your stick. When I see people out there, I look at your hands even. Flip your hands. I ain't have to touch none of them. But your hands aren't even that gone from the amount of crystal meth you've done.
Right.
No, I know.
2 cuts by accident.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at because crystal meth will make your hands swell up.
Right.
You look at some of your more chosen and real smokers out there. Really start paying. As soon as I see the hand, you do crystal. How you know? Your big ass mittens, all scabbed up and just kind of look rugged.
Right.
You still got tender hands, so you're doing a little bit to keep yourself mentally okay.
But I do it every day, though.
I take weed every day. I got sicknesses. I take pills every day. So that's your pill. They can give you something to deter. What is that? What they take for that? Guy just told me what they give you in the substitute, that substitute crystal.
This stupid Adderall shit.
That's what he said. That was just today. Is it? Mm. No, was it? It was something that he said he took. There's no substitute for crystal?
I mean, there's literally a pill form, but I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, but one guy told me that he had crystal meth prescribed from his doctor.
Right. It starts with an S.
No, he said he told him it's okay to do crystal meth. He says the same thing. So doing what's on the street, the only caution is you got to be ready if somebody slides some fentanyl in you.
Which I kind of every now and then do mess with, but
everything's another chase to nowhere.
But I with that one, I don't allow it to control my body.
Unless somebody puts something different. Everything comes a extra.
With the fentanyl, I don't do it enough to allow my body to crave it. So therefore, I'm not sitting out here getting dope sick like these idiots out here.
They're not idiots. They just stupid.
Same thing.
I know. I just wanted to flip it so people understand.
Right.
Because we all get that way. Turn this around. Everything we can do can be in an idiotic way. Because it becomes part of that test. Because if we don't get a test in life, then once again, you can't complete a testimony.
Your friend is outside.
I know.
He's getting mad because we're ignoring him.
No, that's just what I've only known him about a little over a month, but he came in my life as a blessing. Standing on the corner, I passed him up, and I do this with everybody. If I get the attention, I came back around, nothing. Came back around again, third strike. Hey, what's up? What you doing out here? Get a ride. So he's paying for rides. He drives trucks for Walmart. When he's off, he gets a little drunk.
Right.
I'm like, bro, you ain't coming around me unless you're not drunk. Couldn't do it. My limousine just broke down on Christmas Eve. Next morning, I need somebody to pull this thing with the vehicle. Like, Lord, I need somebody. A-Ron. He showed up. He showed up sober. Just he's the same kind of guy. He's just
a little more obnoxious.
Something in that area, yeah. And I can mold that. I can work with that. I'm gonna do a movie for him called, because his name is Aaron, but he nicknamed it A-Ron. So AA is AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, Ron. So that's the movie, yeah. So from comedy to thriller, I got a movie series designed to promote your skills, talents, goals, and dreams.
Right.
The next episode is coming up. It's titled Red Free Ride, Homeless for Heaven. I sing, rap, dance, comedy, spoken word, poetry. I play every character I feel like. Grandpa, grandma, cousin, parent, country, and folk, twin, local, blah, 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 blah. I play Russian. I'll play S.A. Holmes, anything. Chinese, whatever, just makeup. I can get it. So promoting Homeless for Heaven through the movie series. I have a novel that's got to get published. I jacked one of Usher's songs. There Goes My Baby. Homeless for... Raspy. Driving out on the cold water.
Would I be able to bother you for a soda?
Got water.
Fair enough.
I don't drink soda.
There's a can right there.
No, it's not. That's see?
Please.
What you thought? That's a coconut water and that's a beer. I don't want to give you the beer.
You don't have to.
You drink beer?
Occasionally.
You want the beer?
I don't know what it is.
You hear that? Choice on a beer. I don't drink that garbage. I think it's Modelo.
Fine.
She was gonna say yeah if I'd have said Corona.
No.
Really? You don't drink Corona? Yep, it's a Modelo. Somebody left it, so give me my water. I don't.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Likewise.
So no, with Rev, darn it, got water on my seat. All right, now I can throw it on the floor. So no, with me, I've passed out just yesterday about a little over a quarter-pound of weed to my homeless folks. I need weed donated because I will offer weed, an ounce of weed, for a little bit of fentanyl just to get it out of your hands. Because it's destroying. Not the fact it's going to kill anybody that's not supposed to be dead. It's just destroying in the sense of being that it's something that we can't control yet. Because as I mentioned, crack cocaine was an epidemic pandemic in our community. And it had to be used to create hip hop, to let us grow from whatever we couldn't get out of recession, all the slaves back in the day. So crack cocaine, nasty as it was, only to those that outlooked the fact of what God was doing, was the worst thing that ever hit the nations. Not to the black culture as we live today. There are many ex-crackheads that are preaching in the churches, that are ministering all over the place, because they've fallen through their tests to become the testimony. So once you get past the things in your life, you got to give God the praise, honor, and glory to him, no matter what it is.
Right.
No matter what it is, if you beat death, you always give him praise, honor, and glory.
Several times over.
Huh?
Several times over.
What?
I did.
You beat death?
Mm.
How?
Because I'm still here even after doing fentanyl and, ODing and stuff like that.
So you OD'd?
At least 6 times.
Crazy. Why take that chance? And I can't even say it's just white folks because like the parachute, bungee jump, windsurf, and all that other great stuff. Drugs are like, whoa to me. Alcohol? That's why I like, you want the beer? That stuff's poison. But it's something that God put here. He allowed it. So it ain't the fact of the Jesus turning water into wine. That's why I put that cross on that bottle of wine today. Because a little wine is fine. It came from his vine. That ain't mine. Oh, my head big. Hold on, y'all. Your head should be big. Let's give you a big head.
You're silly.
But knowing that God brings people together is for his reason, not for mine. So y'all gonna watch this young lady grow. She's got a phone, so she's gonna connect and stay connected. And we're gonna start things like I met a young lady today, and it hit my spirit because I want my homeless for heaven to be on the lawn of the Capitol. Bring your tent, bring your chairs. We're gonna have a Holy Ghost party.
I need a tent.
Shut up. She don't get it. She don't get it. I need a tent. No, you won't. God's going to give you what you need. Just because you got to suffer, Jesus didn't have no damn tent. He said, if you want to follow me to a gentleman, he said, you're going to have to live in his foxhole. But he didn't want to give up everything he had. So for those that's already out here, it's like you're at the bottom of something. All you got to do is get to the top. He doesn't really care about how you got to do it. I don't have compassion like that. I'm not soft. I let you in here because I knew my boy would be out there. Other than that, it's not the fact you needed to keep warm.
Right.
This is going to make you worse when you step right back out in that cold, and now you can be like this. So, but it was your choice, so I gave it to you. No homeless person has really asked me for this. And most of them, I'd have told them no, especially if it's a female, because there's always some fishy stuff. But God said, do it. With Homeless for Heaven, tell the world, is designed to start business. Everything from A through Z. It's a nonprofit organization that's going to work $10 at a time. 10 times 100,000 people is 1 million. 365 million a year, 732, 1.4 billion in 3. Now that's $10 when I give them to work and I have them making $1,000 a day off of doing maybe landscaping. I mean, they got to put $100 in the same bank account for Homeless for Heaven.
I like that.
We'll be multi-billionaires in a year.
I like that.
Yeah, because all it's going to take is the power of money to build up the credit. Then we buy our own land, build our own homes. All organizations will donate things, Lowe's, Home Depot.
Yeah.
I already know, because God said so. And he don't play. And he ain't going to let me put nothing out of my mouth that he ain't going to fulfill. Period.
Correct.
Rev ain't out here. That's why I tell everybody, kiss your cross. Kiss my girl?
Sure.
I won't let you. But she stole a kiss. Because we got to separate ourselves from the devil's business to see what God's working on. Because what God's working on and working through can't be changed. We all got a line in life. Let me give you this straight line. See that straight line? Now, the devil comes along and that straight line gets like this. But the straight line is still there. All we need to do is focus on God to get back on that line. Because he said that the road is narrow.
A straight and narrow path.
Exactly. But the wide area is so fun. But you don't realize how much fun you can have on God's side. That's why he told me to bring the music, laugh with it, joke with it, do the movie, showing how good, exciting God it is. He's so funny. We can't be funny if he's not funny.
Right.
We can't cry if he's not willing to bust. Jesus wept a little bit. So, yeah, I know. So we're supposed to. We can abide by everything that Christ had to go through and endure all the pain and accept the sin that comes. Because even if you commit one sin, did you know you're responsible for all of them with that?
Yep.
I mean, if you just lied, I'll just go on after that with him. If you say one lie, that means you're also a murderer. If you say another lie, that means it's still all in the whole same thing. One lie means you're a murderer, rapist, blah, 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 blah.
Correct.
So it's no perfect in no one. He sent Christ. Exactly. He sent Christ to show a perfection of a human that endured everything, no matter how you want to talk about him, beat him, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So we don't have to do that much. But if we did, we still give him the praise, honor, and glory. Thank you for getting beat. Thank you for getting locked up. Thank you for getting shot. Thank you for...
Right.
So it's thank you for being homeless. Thank you for allowing my daughter to go back to you. Thank you for allowing me to have something like a crystal meth to calm me down.
I didn't look at it like that.
I know it. That's what I'm telling you. He said it. He told me to take it. It ain't got nothing to do with me. He said, you know it is in your heart. Because he knew you before you was born. He knew that you become who you are right now. That your mind will be razzle-dazzled. That you be going through the shakes of life. And you just got to get figured out. Because everything keeps jumping through our heads. And we don't know what to do. We just get caught up in the moment. And we go crazy. But then he's like, that's enough, child. And we stop. And then we just become a child that he needs us to be. That little one that he raised. They used to love all kinds of little animals and rodents, even bugs.
Still.
I know. I'm telling you who you were, that you still are today. Maybe climb a tree here and there. Build a little playhouse. Have something fun to just roll around with. Just observe nature as it be. I know you because he knows you. I ain't just speaking. He's telling me to tell you something. He's wanting you to see who you are is who you were. The child you were is who you are. The child is who he wants to have home. Now as a child, you're an adult figure, but at the same token, you can share that same little passion of love. Yeah. Sit down with somebody and say, hey, check that out. Look at this bug. Bring back that kid that you were. You know these homeless people better than I do in a sense of being, but they just want to be accepted for who they were.
Exactly.
Not for who they became. Because that's just part of the testimony, who you became. If you ain't got no testimony, I'd be feeling sorry for people.
Right.
And I'm even looking at a little rich kid. He turned his mind around now. He got some God in him. Oh yeah, because I put him on that red boot camp. Mommy wanted to send him some AA and AA books. I'm gonna get y'all AA rhyme. But other than that, that's a watered down Bible. Because they want you to believe in a higher power. They say our Father's prayer at the very end. Disgusting to me. His mama wanted to send him, like, no, I'm gonna make him read the Bible. Well, he's never read the Bible. He don't believe. He gonna read it here. And he was a good reader, good understanding. He read that Bible. He started quoting back stuff. I'm like, good, it's in there. You ain't got to read it no more.
Right.
Because once you study and you get fed, he'll make it manifest in you. He'll make that grow so powerful it'll take over. So now he wants to build. He's into the rave events. Now he's building a place that's got a spiritual balance behind it. And I told him I want to be able to host those. I'll host his hip hop all the way to a cemetery. Everything. Because I know what God's messages can come through.
Right.
And it's accepting it from people. Accepting it. Because they so accustomed to the stereotype of religion.
Right.
You got to go to church. You got to pray this way. You got to bend over. You got to cough 3 times like you're in jail.
Never been there.
I have. And it became comedy to me. I see humor in everything that's occurred in life. So we just get distracted by things that occur. Like my buddy outside talking to this lady that was in the bar. He wants to go in. He wants to take her in, but she don't want to go. So it's just life. We get the devil's distraction no matter what we're doing.
Don't worry about that.
But see how always the devil will get your attention. If it's something negative, the devil's sparking it. He said, hey, pay attention to this. And I ain't saying he's a negative person, y'all. It's just
his actions currently are negative.
No, it's just in it. Once again, he's just wanting some attention because of his character. I don't think he's been diagnosed. We got bipolar, ADD, or ADHD. I've been diagnosed with bipolar finally, the ADHD, but I still give God the praise, honor, and glory for it. Because whatever he's given me makes me know how to sing, rap, dance, comedy, spoken word, poetry. I can write you a novel in a day or two. So he's given the special ability through our so-called sicknesses. And you just ain't used all yours. What did you say your dream was or your goal?
To actually finally own a place of my own.
Okay. Do me a favor so I can grab your little charger real quick. Say something to them.
Like what?
I don't know, whatever's on your heart real quick. I'll grab your charger.
I have no idea what to say. Amazed, amused, and intrigued. That's all I can say.
I didn't hear quite what you said.
I said I don't really know what to say, but I'm amazed, amused, and intrigued.
Amazed, amused, and intrigued.
Yes, sir.
Amazed, amused, and intrigued. You gotta elaborate on it. What are you amazed about?
Just the fact that I'm here. Was this Fulton and Fair Oaks?
Yeah, Fulton Turn.
Roundabout, yeah. Or the fact that I'm literally riding a bike that has no brakes whatsoever. It's a free spinning rim, or the free spinning crankshaft for the pedals.
Mm-hmm.
So it's for tricks.
So you don't do no tricks?
The bike was literally given to me.
You ain't learned no tricks?
Not yet.
Well, maybe you just learn a trick.
Working on it.
Well, don't let it turn to a bad stunt.
I already fell on my ass earlier. Pardon my language.
Now God understands it.
Yeah, it actually got me a little bit.
That and that?
No, that was from, shaving.
Shaving?
Yes, hereditary. It's basically the females in my family, they have They were born with too much testosterone.
Nice.
Right?
You get a mustache?
Beard and all.
Heck yeah.
I actually shaved it earlier today.
Would it grow like this if you
No.
did? Oh. I like, you gotta let that grow. You can be in the movie. The bearded lady, y'all. But once again, everything in life happens for a reason.
Live and true.
Huh?
Live and in real life.
Yeah, shit. Like I say, people are created. I think about it. You got the Elephant Man, all these little weird people. Then they create a circus around it.
The only thing the main thing that's wrong with the Elephant Man is called elephantitis.
What's elephantitis? Oh, that was his sickness?
Yeah, it's a rare disease that basically...
Well, it made him famous, is what I'm saying. Everything can be utilized if God needs to be utilized to help glorify him. It may not have been glorified through him personally,
right,
but somebody around him was praying for him. So somebody, that type of advertisement came all the way through that spirit to kept that man from suicide or whatever you could think about it. You know, to be looking like that, that's suicide attempt.
Right.
You know, but he just lived through it, became a character.
It wasn't anything that he can control, though.
Nobody has nothing they can. I mean, there's things in life you know you can't control.
Right.
So to utilize those things to glorify him, whether using comedy, a movie, a song, a book, whatever it is. And I tell people on your testimony that is the best movies, the best song, the best whatever, poetry. So that's what you need to get yourself into as far as feeling dead about some things.
My number one genre for actual movies is Disney.
It's charging fast. Is that charging?
No.
These sides don't work right. Well, y'all, we might, let me see, I gotta, trying to keep the light, unless she wants to charge her phone, which ain't gonna be that long, because I'm gonna have to go. So I want to charge it now. So it's either the phone or the light. I want you to add some power. So we'll figure it out, we'll just start.
Charging.
Yep, so just that side. This thing going out little by little. Not too bad.
Do the overhead lights work?
Huh?
Do these overhead lights work?
No, I got electrical issues.
Temporarily.
Yes. I know. See, that's the way to think. Everything can be temporary when God needs it to.
Absolutely.
Now, because of that young man right there, that's sometimes annoying. I love him to death. But his friend, Bobby, repaired my backseat right there. That's a new little bottom. Bobby also does electrical work. He had it hooking up only for one day, then it blew a fuse, but that's okay. Showed me that he knows what he's doing. Then he's going to rewire my stereo system and back to the lights. But tolerating and dealing with people, it had to come with that.
Right.
Because
it's a package deal.
Exactly. So that's why God let me deal with homeless people.
Right.
I didn't give a damn about homeless people all my life. My brother lived in the backyard for 8 years. And it was a form of being homeless.
Right.
But after my mama shot him, and we moved away from LA, then he became homeless for 25 years. And why he was in the backyard, nobody ever knew until I found out later on that he was on some Sherm, that other wicked drug back in the day.
What is that?
Exactly. That PCP.
Oh.
Okay, but Sherm is still different than that, but it's in that family. Nasty. People was really wilding out. Fentanyl is nothing compared to some of that angel doesn't, that Sherm, I'm telling you. People just, nothing. It's just something new.
Right.
Just some new drug that popped up and everybody wanted it. Yeah, but like COVID. No, the whole thing that kills me is that it'd be something new that somebody died from. And then all of a sudden I want to try it.
Right, exactly.
What the hell? I mean, they did it on a comedy movie. I don't know if it was Don't Be a Menace While I Drink You in the Hood. But say, well, let's hit that. And he coughed, he fell out. It was that movie. And he coughed, he fell out, foam coming out of his mouth, and they all looked at him like, oh shit, let me hit that. And it's that reality of life. People know people dying off fentanyl, and you still try to do it. People know people died off of crystal meth, and you still want to do it. Now let me give you a
Ain't
fact.
nobody ever died from crystal.
Really? You sure?
No.
That's why you say it. And I ain't either, but I imagine so. And if not, that's a new one on me. But once again, it's still knowing, regardless if people die of it or not. Your death day is your death day. Here, a person is, to give you a scenario. Just quick crystal meth after 50 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he walked in and got a nominee award for it, right? And then right after he walking off the stage, he slip on a damn banana and dies. It happens like that. God wants the glory when it happens. It may be that next minute.
Right.
Really, because he know now you surrendered. Okay, pal, you gone. Now let's see how the crowd handles it. Because everybody, oh my God. Don't cry. Don't talk about him because he used to be this or that or heard me. Because that's what people, once you did, sin comes out right back at them.
Yep.
If there's a bad person, oh, I'm glad he gone. I'm glad he did. Da, 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 da. So it's being careful about life and death. Because it's all be judged, no matter what area it is,
Yep.
it's supposed to happen.
Whether it be vocal or thought, manifestation is very powerful.
Yeah. So did you ever manifest as part of your life?
Not that I can recollect.
It was as soon as you tried it. Mm-hmm. That's when it started. It was manifesting from that first hit of whatever. And once again, seeing her compare to people I know out here, you're not bad on that stuff. There's no reason for you to be out here except for you're not getting it. Kind of. But it's God's time. This I feel honestly in my spirit. This is the time. So connecting on that phone, which we're going to get you wired. But you got my business card anyway.
Yes, I do.
To be able to just make sure you stay in contact with me. Phone changed, put my number in the next one, and so on and so on. I tell homeless people, because you know it's a theft of phones out here. Find you.
Just last week was my the one that I actually physically paid for.
Okay, well, let me give you something that you can work on. Find you a nice, secure box. Okay? Mm-hmm. Big as a phone, maybe a little better. If you got a credit card, if you got an ID, if you got your social security card, if you got your phone, put it in there till you need it.
Basically like a gun safe. But don't actually put a gun in there unless
No, just saying whatever nice size little small box you can find. Then go find you a little hiding place like a squirrel, dig a hole, put it in there, put a little bit of dirt on it, maybe some leaves and make it fit in, and just know you got your emergency. Yeah, tell everybody that. They find their own little spot so they quit stealing each other's phones. And, you know, some people really need them out here. And connecting with me is a big need right now.
Right.
So I've been telling but I've been telling a few people that. Why don't you do it like a squirrel? Bury the damn thing somewhere and just come back and get it. But they all worry, well, I got to be on my phone for what? To connect to another dealer or something like that.
Right.
If you're not talking to your family or something important, you just bury that damn thing. Use it for when you need it, not when you won't need it. Everything do according to need instead of want. Because when you're already locked into what this is about. You're already a vice president. Everybody gets to come in as a vice president position. Figuring out who you are, what you can do, make that grow. Right. Because like you say, I ain't never worked, but you've worked. Being out here is hard work. You walk miles. Okay, you can be the passing out flyer person. Really, everything to make this grow and manifest into something bigger than the world ever expect. Like I said, a $10 thing. Keep that in mind and tell people we waste $365 million a year, 730 in 2 years, 1.4 billion in 3 years. Or tell them just a 1.4 billion starting at $10, whichever way to get them to think. Right. Because homeless, man, once God put that on me, I'm like, are you serious? That's like, even with the crack, it done so much, but if crack wasn't there, it was big on welfare. All we'd have been doing is wearing a whole bunch of nice bling bling, whatever to been to get by that way, but that money need to be put into one area. Yep. Because if they would have, on the first of the month, welfare come in, if they'd have been smart, they could have got one bank account. Okay? Take everybody's check one day from there and put it in that one bank account, because the federal government probably give out like $10 billion every first. If they'd have circulated around to one bank account, wow. And then he could have bought all them damn houses they was in, because the money would have flapped them so fucking fast. Banks would have flipped over. Right. But they didn't do that. So God said, I'm going to put crack in there to deter that money. Because really, we would have bought the Jordans. We would have bought whatever was back there. And that's the other people's money. Kango hats and all that other shit. You know. So God let it happen. I love to death out of the way it worked the way around the way he's got it. He orchestrates. So he'll throw something out there, allow the devil to throw it out there and see what we're going to do with what the devil does.
Right.
So you're going to have a strong testimony. You're going to have a beautiful dream to live through. What is your dream? You never finished. What's the goal? What you see now? You said the house.
Actually, physically doing the hard work.
Yeah.
To get to where my dream is.
And that's what God said work. Because you can't get no job. So you know job is a slave term name? Really was. Do you know Job in the Bible?
Not yet.
Job was a very wealthy man. Spelled J-O-B. You don't hear, I ain't never heard nobody name their child Job. If they do it, it's only because I was talking about it. Don't do that. There's a lot to live up to every word because he'll just be called Job. So how can you name your child Job? So don't do it.
Because of the English language, unless you actually put an E on the end.
That'll be, Cob, Yob, I get it. Still don't do it.
Very dumb decision.
I mean, it'll be just whatever they put on the child to have to live through it. It'll be his testimony, her testimony.
Like Johnny Cash, A Boy Named Sue.
Huh?
The song that Johnny Cash made, A Boy Named Sue.
I never heard it. Oh, you want to sing it?
I don't sing.
So you judge yourself?
No, I just, unless I actually have music on.
Everybody say that. God gives everybody a gift. People that sing want to sound like that person, this person, that person. My son tried that. But Dad can sing like everybody. That don't mean you can't. Mm-hmm. I'll give you Whitney Houston on my good days. I'll give you Michael. I'll give you Usher. I'll give you Stevie. I'll give you Smokey. I'll give you Van Halen. Mm-hmm. Can't you see I'm sitting here? I got my back against the record machine. I ain't the word that you see. And don't you know what I mean? See, my voice messed up. Oh, you might as well jump. That's all I remember. Isn't that Van Halen?
I believe it's AC/DC.
No. Anybody know that song? Go ahead and jump. Is it?
I believe so.
She might be right. But I still want to impersonate him and tag and turn to a song. A gospel, huh?
Then so be it.
Oh, no, I know God's going to do everything I need him to do.
Now you got a bottle of water, please.
Now you want water. She drank a beer, now she want my water. And then she's going to be trying to find a bush to go pee in tonight.
Thank you.
Very well. But yeah, what time is it? That is not right.
6:31.
Huh?
6:31.
It's not 6:31 in the morning, girl, please. That bar is not closed yet. I don't know how your phone is off on time. That's strange.
Because it also says that it's February 2nd.
Why? I never heard. What the heck time zone did you living in? February 2nd when? 2025?
Let me see. Let me turn my phone off of airplane mode.
I'm like, hold up, 6 o'clock in the morning, we got to get out. Still no, I'm about to leave.
Restart.
Letting it run and burn itself out over there. Huh?
I'm restarting it. Not resetting it, just restarting it.
But I imagine it's about 12:30, 1 o'clock. But yes, it's back to the fact of time. Time is always what God allows. Because without that time that we get to share with one another, we never have something to grow from. Yep. So putting in this time, God, once again, he had me step out of that little bar that I wasn't spiritually okay with, but I'm okay anywhere I go. Only to come outside and meet this young lady. To put on another road to go on.
What time does your watch say? Huh? What time does your watch say?
It's dead.
Pardon my interruption.
Huh?
Pardon my interruption.
It's all right. But to know that the road that we get to travel in life, it is ours. It's our choice whether we take a wide road or narrow road. But God's already ready for us when he needs us to get on a narrow road. But it's breaking down yourself in order to get that choice in you. So being the fact we are nearly at an hour of being on here, blowing up y'all ears, I want to send love and peace to everybody. I'm Rev, and this is God's Real Talk TV. You'd like to say something to them before we tune out?
Be humble, stay kind, and be blessed.
Stay humble, be kind, and be blessed. And don't deal with the devil's mess. Gone. We out of here. Peace out.
Deuces.
Let's see how many.